مرحبا. هذا حوار مع ممثل وزارة الفلاحة الأمريكية في تونس بنرو. هو ممثل مكلف بالزراعة مع وزارة الفلاحة الأمريكية بتونس الجزائر والمغرب. الحوار هذا هو حول تعامل وتعاون جديد بين الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية وزارة الفلاحة الأمريكية ووزارة الفلاحة التونسية حول مشروع جديد. هذا التعاون التاريخي بين الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية مستمر في علاقة بالفلاحة. Mr. Ben,
yes,
you are welcome to
Thank
our
you.
farming show, Essenia, the farm.
Great.
In Arabic, Essenia, and we are delighted to have you to discuss this collaboration with the Agriculture Ministry of Tunisia. You are here in Tunisia to initiate a new collaboration with the Tunisian Ministry of Agriculture. What does this partnership entail?
Well, first of all, thank you for the invitation to be here. It's wonderful to be on this show. This is actually my fifth trip to Tunisia, and I've had some wonderful experiences getting to meet farmers and companies and everybody involved in producing food in Tunisia. And I've been very impressed with the quality and of the food that's available, whether it's olive oil or couscous or what I'm here to talk about today, which is dates and particularly oasis agriculture. As you mentioned,
olive oil.
Yes, I love the olive oil. It's very, very wonderful. And
harissa, no?
And the harissa, yep.
Harissa.
Yeah. I'm very happy with the Tunisian harissa. Recently, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which is my organization, it's like the Ministry of Agriculture in Tunisia. We announced a 77 million dinar project here in Tunisia. This is it's been a year in the making, consultations and collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and other stakeholders here in Tunisia. And it'll focus on oasis agriculture. So dates and then other crops that can be grown within the oasis regions, and helping farmers achieve a better price and helping them be more conserve better resources such as water and the like.
So it's financial aid.
This is
or a credit.
It's not a loan. It's an agreement with an implementing partner, an international organization called Partners of the Americas. They have over 60 years of work on projects kind of around the world. I was most recently familiar with them before coming to North Africa. I was in Colombia, in Bogota, and they were doing work there in the cacao sector, so chocolate, and similar work, working with smallholder farmers, helping them adapt to a changing climate, changing weather patterns, providing financing that farmers can have to better develop, better to adapt to the changing circumstances, and ultimately get more money for their crops.
So is this 77 million dinars is aimed at the big investments on dates or to the small farmers?
So it's the interventions will be all along the value chain, but the principal beneficiary will be small farmers. So working with small farmer cooperatives, and sort of in three areas. One is helping farmer, will be what we call extension in English. So this is technical assistance on the farm, training, showing techniques, showing farming practices that can help improve one's production and conserve one's resources. In particular, water is of importance right now. My understanding after visiting Tozer was that water is one of the most expensive things. It is beautiful.
Loved that Tozer.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
That water is one of the most expensive costs for the farmer, and so being able to conserve that through improved methods. Also, providing financing to purchase equipment, so things like drip irrigation, like the targeted irrigation that allows, again, the conservation of water, sensing, remote sensing for irrigation systems.
American systems?
It doesn't have to be. It can be, whatever works best. I think in the Tunisian context, I don't. It's not a. It doesn't have to be an American system. If it is, great. But whatever works best in the Tunisian context.
Yeah. So the benefits for farmers, it's equipment, technical assistance, training, whatever.
Yeah, and I think also when we talk about the oasis agricultural system, the additional crops that helping farmers achieve more value, whether it's for the floor crops, alfalfa or other forage crops, olives, olives or lemons or whatever is grown, they choose to grow in the middle, and then also marketing. A big part of the project will be on marketing, helping discover new markets, whether it's in Tunisia, whether it's global, and hopefully in the United States.
We talk about this.
Okay.
About this. What's the duration of this project?
So it'll be 5 years. Typically, 5 years is a good amount of time to get some sort of immediate and intermediate successes. So the 77 million dinars will be over 5 years. That we found that's a good time again to get some intermediate successes.
Can we talk about eligibility?
Mm-hmm.
The farmers interested, who can contact for information or to apply?
Yep. So at this point, we have started our partnership, our agreement with Partners of the Americas. They are in the process of starting offices in Tunis and then in the Oasis growing region. They're hiring staff, local staff here, and I think in a few months we'll have an opening event and there'll be more information available on how to get involved. The goal is to get as many farmers involved as possible. So we'll just have to wait a little bit to have the exact point of contact that farmers and particularly cooperatives and others can work with on this project.
نحكيو على 77 مليون 77 مليار بالمليمات التونسية للفلاحة التونسية، خصيصا للتمور في الجنوب الغربي التونسي، ونتكلموا على توزر ونتكلموا أيضا على قبلي، وباش تكون على 5 سنوات. The most important question for me is the collaboration between Tunisia and the USA, America. Is this your first collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, Tunisian Ministry of Agriculture?
No, I would say this is our biggest to date, but we have a long history of collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture. We have run many different, we call them scientific and technical exchange programs. Some recent examples are we did an exchange on citrus disease, so bringing Tunisian farmers, bringing ministry officials to the United States, working on how to prevent pests in the citrus industry, pests in the fungus and the like. We've also done a recent program on developing cooperatives. So as you know, cooperatives are a great way, particularly for smallholders, small farmers, to have more power vis-a-vis buyers, intermediaries. But it takes a lot of sort of institutional development. And so we've run a program with the Tunisian Ministry of Agriculture on exchange of information on showing cooperatives in the United States, so that those can be then adapted to the Tunisian context. Beyond sort of the technical assistance, we have we've done trade missions, trade shows, and we've also sometimes we're involved when Tunisia wants to export a product to the United States. We get involved with the negotiations. The same thing when the United States wants to export to Tunisia. Some recent examples, I think, were seafood from Tunisia to the United States, and then beef and poultry here. So we have a long and very good relationship.
And that will be continuing.
Yes. So all that keeps going. We actually have an upcoming exchange on urban agriculture that we hope to have in the next year. So urban agriculture is growing food in urban settings. So this could be on the roof of a building or in an empty parking lot. This is something that the U.S. is looking at as a way to better utilize our urban spaces that are underutilized and bring food closer to people.
It will be continue, even with the new political situation in America.
We had an election. Obviously, administrations have different policies, but this has traditionally been an area that continues between administrations.
The U.S. market is increasingly strategic for our olive oil and date exports, but it remains challenging for some Tunisian exporters. Are there ongoing efforts to support storage in the United States, making it easier for them to bring their products to the markets, the markets in USA?
Yeah. So I think in terms of exports to the United States, this project will look at all of there is the marketing part to this project, and I think it'll look at what are the bottlenecks, and storage might be part of that. They will do marketing. It might be helping certify organic, different producers. I'll say one thing about the American market. For dates, it's a little bit different than in Tunisia. Tunisia, it's a whole date. Oftentimes, the market in the United States is it's growing for the nuts and the dried fruit and into granola bars, processed into granola bars, into cookies, into cereals. So part of it will be helping to navigate that market. Project will help navigate some of that market, and hopefully extend then the time that that it's profitable. That by having that market, food processing market, it will extend that period. And I'll just note one thing on Tunisian olive oil. I noticed that it was up almost 100% year to date recently. So exports are going quite well for that this year. So
thank you very much, Mr. Benrou.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much for being with us on Senia Farming Show.
Thank you so much. I very much appreciate the opportunity to come here, and I'm very much looking forward to coming back many times, and particularly as this project gets going, seeing the successes that it brings to Tunisian farmers.
Thank you.
Thank you.